Baker to send it away. And in the first game in Ireland, off we go. High kick to be taken from Sermon at the 10. Trey Sermon to the 35.
It's a quarterback-driven lead, and they went out and got a Hall of Famer.
Who will start his day by getting sacked by Jalen Redmond, who a year ago was in the UFL.
How important the pass protection is going to be. The problem is they fan on this side. They just completely void Redmond. They leave him unblocked in the middle of the field. And Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, listen, they've invested, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've invested the last couple of years in 4 offensive linemen, and they have not gotten a lot of results here.
2nd and 18 from the 27. Off play action. It's a screen dumped off to Kenneth Gainwell. And Gainwell gets 5 or 6. It'll be 3rd and long for the Steelers. 3rd and long this year. The Minnesota defense, opponents are 1 for 18 against them. Rodgers steps up and avoids the sack. He'll go underneath, and it's Jonnu Smith losing 2 yards. Josh Metcalf is all over him.
6 guys, making sure we're clear with our declarations for the offensive line.
Corliss Waitman's punt. Down there to Miles Price, the rookie out of Indiana, from the 12. And the Vikings to begin at the 26-yard line. Vikings coming off rolling Cincinnati last week, 48-10 in Wentz's first start. He goes outside to Jefferson on the first play of the day for a gain of 5. Give him 4 yards on first down. It is Jordan Mason off the right side, and Mason's got a first down.
That's going to be the key as the rest of this season unfolds.
The Steelers defense gets Deshaun Elliott back in the secondary. Still no Porter, still no Highsmith. 2 catches on the first 3 plays for Jordan Jefferson. 2nd and short. Mason got away from Holcomb. Jordan Mason gets a first down. Vikings on the move. First drive near midfield. Wentz got hit from behind. Got it away to Mason. Jordan Mason for 6.
I might pick Kevin O'Connell as my head coach if I could start fresh.
Mason again as Darisaw in front has a first down. And the ball is out in play. Here comes Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey down the sideline. He'll go all the way as he inbounds. He is. It's a Steelers touchdown.
And then it's a splash negative play. Take a look. They're the best team in the league getting the ball out. That ball is clearly out. Great job there by Jalen Ramsey, just continuing to play through it. And Chuck Clark, the safety of the Steelers, is the one that was able to rip that ball loose. And tell you what,
that's what they do.
That's what they do. I mean, it never looks perfect. It never looks pretty. But these are the best 2 defenses in the NFL taking the ball away. And we got our first one of the game.
Wow, and he does the gritty. He does his own Justin Jefferson. This is what they do. This is what they have to do. Jalen Ramsey returns this one 60 yards for a touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board. Wait a minute. I had studied a touchdown and thought I just saw one, and now I don't know what's going on. Out of an empty set, Wentz delivers to Jefferson again. Justin Jefferson with a gain of 22, already his 3rd reception.
Wentz, just trust the route. It's a little inside post against 2 high safeties by Justin Jefferson. That ball is thrown well before Justin Jefferson's head even comes around. That's the anticipation. That's this pure progression style system that Kevin O'Connell has built here.
Wentz has completed his first 3. Back to the ground here in Mason. Both hands over the ball. Step by Nick Herbig.
And just say, listen, man, just trust what you've done in the past. It's going to work here.
2nd and 7. Jefferson again. Block in front. Justin Jefferson. A little bit shy of the first down. Ramsey stopped him.
An eligible player downfield. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
I mean, there's so many ways we could take that right now.
2nd and 12. Wentz goes right back to Jefferson. He's already thrown to him 5 times, this time just for a gain of 3.
As an outside receiver, they can use him in motion.
Paired together down here to the bottom. Wentz is drilled by a blitzing Queen. Patrick Queen off to a good start in his 2nd year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you see Queen here at the bottom. They just leave him completely unblocked. Brian O'Neill, the right tackle. But take a look here in the middle of the field. Justin Jefferson, they drop him in coverage. He might walk in there for 6.
Reichard sneaks it through the right upright. So the Vikings on the board first. A huge swing on that first drive with Ramsey's scoop and score wiped away, and then the Vikings go down and get 3. On the return, Trey Sermon. A crunch shy of the 30.
Use him in motion.
It's a toss to Kenneth Gainwell with room off the left side and a nice drive. Starter.
And test these deep zone coverages.
Fake and then a quick throw. Calvin Austin led the game-winning touchdown last week against the Patriots. Has a first down on his first catch. Phil Johnson comes into the game and running back again. No Jalen Warren today, out with the knee issue. Over the middle he goes here. And DK Metcalf has his first catch. He goes for 15. 43. Here's a toss. Caleb Johnson with a short gain.
Leverage of the sort.
Rodgers throws into the pressure to Jonnu Smith. Tiptoes close to the first down. Pushed out by Metcalf on a gain of 6.
Those fundamentals never change.
Out of the gun on 3rd and short. Rodgers looks to throw for it. Up top he goes for DK Metcalf. Beating Jeff Okudah for a first down and a gain of 17.
This is kind of what we're talking about. Press coverage. He's going to face it. But DK Metcalf, his time in Seattle, his go balls, his 50-50 contested catches, he's one of the best in the league. He's one of the more physically gifted wide receivers in all of football. They need to continue to do more of those, or just give him a chance to go up.
Couple of catches on this drive and a first down from the 18. It's back to DK. Fights his way inside the 10 and makes it 1st and goal. The O-lineman's strength and toughness is hereditary. And it has been all Rodgers through the air down here. It will be here to Kenneth Gainwell. Metcalf stops a touchdown. Looks like Gainwell started to lose his footing a little bit.
Teams have studied his efficiency in the red zone, and then they come away and say, okay, but we don't have Aaron Rodgers, one of the best red zone passers in football for a long time.
To the ground here. Gainwell is in for the Pittsburgh touchdown.
Vertical passing to DK, and then when they get down by the goal line, this is probably a better run blocking offensive line group than it is pass protection. And
Boswell's extra point is there. 7-3 Pittsburgh. And the Vikings to get the ball again. Here comes Ty Felton. To the 30. We saw the right tackle Brian O'Neill. Drive begins from the 30 with a toss to Mason. Mason trying to get around Ramsey, but he tripped him up.
They come play for Kevin O'Connell, and they reignite their career.
Blitz coming here, down the sideline. Back shoulder throw, and there's the first catch for Jordan Addison. And so all the big names getting involved in the first quarter. Addison here. Prior to that, 7-3 Pittsburgh in front. Vikings with a 1st and 10 and a quick throw to Justin Jefferson. Tracked down by Patrick Queen.
He can coach the entire roster, and that's easier said than done.
Toss. Mason hit in the backfield. Lost a few yards. Peyton Wilson, who was the Butkus Award winner as the top college linebacker 2 years ago. 3rd and 7. And a flag. False start on Minnesota.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Defense usually really good on 3rd down. Has struggled this year. Wentz to throw. He's pressured from behind and he's sacked. It is Herbig getting to him.
Herbig's going to run, and T.J. Watt's going to go inside, so that forces the flush to be to the quarterback's right. That's what allows Herbig to kind of run that big hoop. Rushing the quarterback is not an individual act. It's the whole unit up front. That time, Herbig.
2nd sack for Pittsburgh. Coming after this punt. Able to get it away is Ryan Wright. Not a good punt, though. Bounces down to the 20. They're coming off a 6-for-6 drive. He'll throw to begin this drive, and it's DK Metcalf. He's in the loose. There goes DK. A block from Austin. Inside the 5. Into the end zone. 80-yard touchdown. Rodgers to Metcalf.
That's just a simple inside post. Just comes right behind pace there, the linebacker number 0, and just with the ability of Rodgers to play with anticipation, when you put the ball on DK Metcalf's chest and allow him to turn into a runner after the catch, you can see the speed, the size.
DK Metcalf had 135 yards in the first 3 games. He's got 122.
As opposed to more of like a hybrid strong safety, a little bit better coverage guy. Really good play.
That 80-yard touchdown, the longest in NFL international history. On the return, Ty Felton stopped by Cole Holcomb at the 26-yard line. Headed off to Mason. And he's stopped by Keanu. 5 to choose from on 2nd and 10. He's given time. And he goes underneath to Jordan Addison, stopped by Nick Herbig. 3rd and 5. Wentz into a tight window, has Thielen for a first down. Bryce Young's favorite target in Carolina, and then traded back to the Vikings right before the start of the year. He said this whole thing's been surreal for him. Wentz looking long, good coverage, so he takes off right into the arms of T.J. Watt.
Nowhere for Wentz to go with the ball.
2nd and 9. Jefferson. Got 7. 3rd down and 1 or 2. Ramsey and Elliott combining on the tackle. Work out of the shotgun. Handed off to Mason. And he's stacked up. Looked like he was close. We'll see where they spot him, and it does look like it's enough. It's a handoff to Mason and a big hole and a first down. Well, that had a chance to be a huge play if Elliott didn't make the tackle.
Right, because you take a look, Mason's off center. They move Justin Jefferson. He gets so much attention flaring out to the right that just a huge crease in there for Jordan Mason. That's a really good play design there on 4th down. It's heavy personnel groups to empty.
Quick throw. That is Xavier Scott, who was mostly a receiver in college at Maine. On 2nd and 7, he runs right into a blitz, gets around Ramsey, but tripped up right away by Juan Thornhill.
Darius Slay, we saw him exit earlier. Of course, we've talked a lot about Jalen Ramsey and his ability to move all around this defensive front and backfield depending on the week. Seems like every week there's a flavor for Jalen Ramsey. Thornhill just made that last play, so a lot of new faces.
Only 3 to snap it here on 3rd and long. A 4-man rush. Wentz has it hit at the line and intercepted. Deshaun Elliott in his first game back has the interception.
All right, so keep your eye right here on Jalen Ramsey. They bring Jordan Mason back. Now watch him just signal, and it looks like something small. It's 3rd and 8. Hey, guys, guard the sticks. You can see him. Now take a look. There is a picket fence right at the first down.
Yeah. Tune into our podcast later. Rodgers finds Darnell Washington for his first catch of the year. Number 1 in winning the turnover margin under Mike Tomlin. There's a handoff to Kenneth Gainwell. Gainwell close to a first down. They are going to give him enough. On 1st down, Rodgers throws his first incompletion of the day with the pressure coming from Ivan Pace.
You say, okay, you're our ex-receiver, but he's so versatile. He can do more.
He's got more yards in the half today than he does any other half in his career. As Gainwell gets a gain of 9 here. 3rd and 1.
Having a hard time stopping it.
Going to run it here on 3rd and short, and Gainwell gets enough.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
14-3 Pittsburgh. 3:20 to go before halftime. And a toss here to Caleb Johnson. Johnson, the rookie out of Iowa. Back of the year at Iowa last year. 2nd and 10. Rodgers underneath and incomplete. That's through Johnson's hands.
Nice job there by Rodgers using all the play clock to show that blitz.
And they bring just 4. Still able to pressure him. Rodgers will look to run. And Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old, still runs well. Lost the ball. Recovered by Broderick Jones.
This is why you run to the ball, because you just never know. After all that look before the snap, they only bring 4. And now watch Roger Jones. He's hustling to the ball. That ball pops right up into his chest. And look at Rodgers. He's saying, just as I drew it up.
Jones is saying, this is the greatest moment of my life. A ball carrier. Connor Hayward in the game as a fullback. Play action. In the flats, Darnell Washington. Have fun trying to tackle this guy. You better rally and surround him. Hayward, another big tight end, goes over there and looks like he's my size. 2nd and 5. Rodgers gets down. It's the second sack of the game from Jalen Redmond.
How complex. It's just 3 bigs. And Sayamalu, the left guard's just late getting out there. Just seems like a simple rush to be able to sort out if you're the Steelers offensive line, and that's the second time now today we've seen the interior of this offensive line just leave a guy.
Steelers are 8 for 9 in the red zone this year. Only the Eagles better across the league. Underneath to Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell gets tripped up by Metcalf, and they'll settle for the field goal attempt. From 30, he gets it blocked. And guess who? Guy coming off one of the all-time great games last week on defense. Flies off of the edge here and blocks a field goal.
And these teams are playing well.
Drive begins at the 9 after the block field goal. Wentz dumps it off to Xavier Scott. And Scott's got a first down. There's a flag in the end zone.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
The one incompletion, though, an interception. Down the sideline. Scott can't get it.
They're not rushing Carson Wentz with as many guys like they have coming into today.
More guys coming right here, though. Wentz trying to beat it to Jefferson. Well done. Wentz to Jefferson, beating the blitz for 17.
Well, right on cue, they brought 7. And now all of a sudden there's a lot more space, so they had really been hesitant to do it. And first time they dial up those heavy blitzes, chunk play.
Into Steelers territory. Wentz scans the field, keeps it alive, throws for Scott. Did he get his feet in? He did. He had 12 catches the first 3 games, 7 in the first half here. Wentz is pressured. Wentz steps up and whips one to a wide open JJ. Jefferson stumbles and gets to the 12. 30 more for Jefferson. 45 seconds, still with a timeout. Jefferson bummed that he lost his footing there. Might have been a touchdown. Clock winds down to 35. Vikings trying to find the end zone before the break. Wentz shovels it sidearm to Scott, who got dumped by Queen.
And we see this so often when they see it, when the defender sees a quarterback under trouble and it looks like he's going to scramble. Watch the defenders here all sit down. They all start coming down thinking he's going to break, and that's the extra time that you need for Justin Jefferson to uncover out the backside. Carson Wentz is a big, strong, athletic guy at the quarterback position, and his ability to run through that contact. And then you see Justin Jefferson, the next play, he's still thinking about, he thought he should have scored. Kind of got...
The Irish turf monster.
Yeah, he got hit by the turf monster, exactly right. Really hurry up and get on the ball.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz looking outside. Hawkinson can't get it. Throw is behind him.
Start with everybody up here in the line. Only one deep safety.
Just barely get it off. Floating way up there for Addison. It is Slay, but he's out of bounds. Whoa, boy. Largely because of what the defense did, but scored 48 last week. Here's a fast start there for Ramsey. Going to get him 5 yards closer, but 48 points last week, only 3 today.
Yeah, but watch Ramsey. They coach this. So watch the holder's hand. Watch the holder's hand. When it opens, that's typically when they snap it. So watch. Open. So they're telling him.
Unimpeded to the kicker, number 5.
And he opens his hand. Just take the chance. We don't care about the 5 yards. If they're going on silent 1, you're going to try to go block it. Really nice job there by the Vikings. They had it on a 2 open hand count, and they get a free 5 yards.
Second-year man out of Alabama, Riker. set the franchise record last week with a 62-yarder. Has this one right here from point blank. On the return, it's Gainwell. Gainwell to the 24, 6 seconds.
This feels different. This feels much closer to a home Pittsburgh Steelers game, just walking around the city.
Yeah, taking advantage of that home field advantage here in the first half. They only have 6. They have the ball, but they're 1 for 6 on third down, and then they're 0 for 2 in the red zone. They're going to have the ball here in the second half. And the return goes Miles Price to the 32. So this offensive line they've been waiting for to get healthy, and anytime they get a guy back, it's like they lose somebody else. Start this half with a run to Jordan Mason. It was tough sledding for him on the ground in the first half. Get out of New England with the win. 2nd and 7. Wentz will look to throw. Dumps it off from Mason, who got met by Wilson. Peyton Wilson flies up there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Pittsburgh was going to play. You'll see Wilson here, an inside linebacker. He's just going to stay in phase with Mason there. They're trying to get Journeys, the center, out in front of him to set up that screen. It makes sense to have an extra DB.
Bringing pressure here on 3rd and long, and getting to Wentz. There's a flag.
Yeah, they do a really nice job. You see Herbert, he starts here. He's going to end up being the late looper, and he kind of cleans it up. Patrick Queen kind of gets the initial pressure that moves him up in the pocket. That's where he forced that holding call.
Holding. Offense, number 27. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Ryan Wright's punt. Back to the 30. This is Calvin Austin trying to reverse course and getting dumped. Kenneth Gainwell gets hit in the backfield by Eric Wilson. The prototype veteran blows that play up. And we check him with Pam Oliver. Really good defense, but been even more than that today. Finally explosive. On the ground, Gainwell. And if Gainwell gets stopped crossing the 30 by Javon Hargrave.
That's the complimentary ball Tomlin's talking about to Pam.
3rd down, Rodgers scans, goes outside. Gainwell, no gain, and Eric Wilson with a couple plays on the first drive of the second half defensively.
Kind of one of the main communicators and leaders on that defense.
Vikings defense with a 3 and out, and Miles Price drilled right away. Special teams coverage from Ben Skoranek.
10-yard penalty. It's 1st down. Timeout.
On offense at their own 10. Wentz to throw. Steps up. Sideline. Over Addison. Looked like Cam Hayward got his hand on his hand as he let that throw go. Mason on 2nd and 10. Looks to find some room in the middle of that defense. Keeps on charging forward and got 8 somehow. 3rd and short. He's been pestered all day on 3rd down. Here he gets rid of it quickly for a 1st down to Adam Thielen. His 2nd catch of the day. Both have gone for 1st down.
And just make it pitch and catch.
Finally, the 3rd down pickup for the Vikings. 1st down run here. Mason cuts it upfield. And T.J. Watt trips him up. Jones leaves with the injury. And Mason's taken over. He's got it here. Swinging out of the backfield. And a 1st down close to the 45. Make it as simple as he can for them to succeed. Into the game comes Scott. Xavier Scott stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Fell forward for 2.
But as we saw on this drive, don't be afraid to check it down.
Through the hands of Jordan Addison right there. Depleted offensive line for the Vikings trying to protect Wentz. Pressure coming. He scrambles to his left, and he's got room to run for a 1st down. That they're not any good as they struggle early on in their career, but still there. Blitz pickup, stuck under another man, and then lost the football. At the 45, the Vikings are on top of it, and Wentz and the Vikings dodge a couple bullets right there.
So it starts with really good blitz pickup. Watch, they're going to bring backside free safety to the open side. Deshaun Elliott, we saw him have to pick earlier. Great job there by Mason picking him up, and then it just turns into a mess in the pocket. And Again, the second time now in the last couple of series, we've seen Carson Wentz get up.
Second down and 11. Fake the toss, sets up, and gets drilled again. He had no chance. Watt and Benton were both there to tee off.
What they're doing here on the backside, they leave Watt and Benton both unblocked. Remember, School 67, he's in there now at right tackle. Brian O'Neill, the starting tackle, went out early after getting injured on field goal team. And I promise you, the play design on play action is not to leave.
That's an offensive line without the left guard, Jackson, without the center, Kelly, without the right tackle, O'Neill. And then this is picked off! T.J. Watt!
You're going to play really soft coverage. Look how deep everybody gets. So where's the ball going to be thrown? It's going to be thrown in the middle of the field. So they're running this little ET game. You see how they generate pass rushers, Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt on those little pick stunts.
Aaron Rodgers, 13 out of 15 today. Gathers the low snap and finds Darnell Washington. He'll truck forward, dragging defenders for 9.
Get people in his vision and leads to a pick.
Second and short, handed off Gainwell. A block in front from Skoranek and got a first down.
The return on that investment.
Gainwell toss. Got the edge sealed. Turn the corner for 6 or 7. Metellus the tackle. Second and 4. Gainwell again. Found room and got inside the 5. First and goal. Touchdown saving tackle Byron Murphy. He was the best at that. He went back there all day until it developed. Here's Gainwell, left side, and in for his second touchdown.
Plays the left tight end, and they end up running behind him. And tell you what, I am really, really impressed with the balance of this Steelers offense.
Boswell's extra point is there, and Kenneth Gainwell with his first career multi-touchdown game.
Cross and field hockey, it's incredible.
And now hosting an NFL game for the first time, and a big return here from Miles Price, the rookie out of Indiana, takes him into Steelers territory with a flag way back at the 28.
Yeah, take a look here. They called it on 58. It was clearly on 37. Xavier Thomas just grabs him there. See him here in the left part of your screen. I don't know about that.
54-yard return coming
Holding.
back.
Number 58 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And so the drive starts at the 18-yard line with a Wentz throw. Looking long. Tosses it up for Jefferson. Incomplete. Coverage from Slay. Spear replaces him. He's got some action today with Slay having left earlier. Straight ahead, Mason with the arms of Queen. Just a big part of the issues. They've all been third and long like this. Steelers put everybody at the line and bring it after Wentz and get their 6th sack of the game. Keanu Benton having his best game.
6 or more at the highest rate. Here they go. They're bringing 6 again. And it's just overwhelming. A lot of backup offensive linemen. There's been a lot of moving parts all year. And when you have backups at center and backup at guard and right tackle.
Point out of the own end zone. Wright sends it away to Calvin Austin. Austin looking for space, looking for the sideline. Into Vikings territory. From the 46, a toss to Caleb Johnson. Johnson with a hole to get 8. Quick throw to DK Metcalf. They forced the ball to him for his first catch of the second half after a career first half. From the 33. Austin, stopped by Turner. Here's Johnson. Into the teeth of the defense. First down. That offensive line surging forward.
They're young and talented. They just need to keep playing together.
First and 10. It's Johnson again behind that offensive line. This time stacked up. Got just a yard. Jalen Redmond in there to plug it up.
You just don't have a lot of opportunities to pressure them because the ball's going to come out and beat the pressure before you can get there.
Draw play. Johnson cut down to the 15 by Harrison Smith. Rodgers has had his issues against Brian Flores' defenses before. A timeout is called before this ball is snapped.
Going to continue to pressure him until this Vikings offensive line proves they can pick him up.
Good hold right there by Corliss Waitman on a low snap to put that one down for the Chris Boswell field goal. Whole crowd singing along as the Vikings take the ball here. On the return, Ty Felton.
Group of offensive linemen of this Vikings group.
Wentz throws to the sideline for Addison. He's got it. By the way, Jalen Ramsey's back in the game. Second down and 4. Here's Mason. Mason's got a first down. Stopped by Wilson.
I wouldn't hate Minnesota to get a little tempo. Get up on the ball. Stay out of the huddle. Now that you've picked up a first down, go fast. All right, here we go. See, they got to remember, they're in the booth with us, so they can hear what we say.
That's right.
But just give Carson Wentz an opportunity to get into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Has not found Jefferson in the second half. Underneath he goes here for T.J. Hawkinson's first catch. And then you're going to have an interesting decision coming back, assuming that McCarthy's ready to play, because you got to face the Eagles after returning home. There's Jefferson, his first catch of the half.
On the field to attack the quarterback.
Off play action, pressure, and all he can do is just spike it to avoid the worst, and he still gets planted by Deshaun Elliott.
Now that conversation becomes a lot louder around that Vikings organization.
Second and 10, Wentz scans and finds Hawkinson. Hawkinson drags Slay and gets a first down.
We've seen a lot of that creep in, though, here in week 4.
Wentz given time again, finds his tight end Hawkinson again. Kevin O'Connell told us that he spent...
So he's like, we got to get him back healthy, that he can get some reps in practice now.
On the boot, Wentz, sidearm low for Oliver. Wentz will step up and throw to the end zone. It's a touchdown. First for Xavier Scott in his NFL career.
You see the wide receiver background by Scott. Was a wide receiver in college. Let's see, does he keep his feet in on the back line? From that angle, it looks like he did. It's a great picture right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's in. I think there's some yellow that you can see between his white cleat. Let's see, does his heel stay up? I mean, my eyes are going. You tell me. To me, that looks like a touchdown.
I'm with you. And I think with the call being touchdown, this
can be a great picture there. Yeah, so yeah, that right heel never goes down in the white. Again, to see a running back.
Trying to get it to 10. Wentz looks left, throws. Jalen Naylor, and he's got it. They convert the two-point conversion, and with 7:50 to go, it's a 10-point game. The first NFL game in Dublin. Here comes Reichard. Sends it up there to Kenneth Gainwell from the 10. Gainwell's got 2 touchdowns as the running back today returns it to the 35. Well this year, tries to grind some clock. Up 10. On first down, straight ahead, it's Gainwell. With room off the right side, and Kenneth Gainwell, number 14, goes for that many.
Gainwell's done a nice job. Remember, Jalen Warren, the starting running back, kind of a late scratch when we talked to Mike Tomlin. And just continuing to run the ball at this Vikings front.
Fake it to him here. And throw it to him. Rodgers finds Gainwell, who's stopped from behind by Eric Wilson. Got a gain of 7 there. And Rodgers right at the center of that. 17 out of 20. It's all Gainwell. Yeah, and he's got a first down.
Little tush push.
Oh.
Yeah, Rodgers just stood in the back. Rodgers said, I'm not taking part in the tush push. I'm going to stand back in victory formation and just watch. And now
flags.
I think they're going to call it on Dallas Turner.
Don't care for
over. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
All right, so it is. Usually it's the defense for the Vikings that's always there to provide the big play. And the Steelers have not been able to grind on the ground at all this year. Here's another big hole. Kenneth Gainwell inside the 10.
Use him as the pulling guard this time. Gets just enough of Metellus there from his safety spot. Tell you what, I don't know if any of us thought that this was going to be the rushing attack. Teams are running the ball at a higher clip against the Vikings. Coverages and blitz schemes, they've got to do a better job on early downs against the run.
Back to the ground, Gainwell. This time they do a good job against the run. Jonathan Grenard there to drop him for a loss. There's 4:20 to go. Hayward in there as a fullback. Johnson will take the fake. Rodgers sets up and throws incomplete. Wanted to reward Skoranek for all the dirty work he's done today.
He still's got that fire going, man. He wants to finish this thing right.
Pressure coming after him as he zips it to Gainwell. Stopped by Smith. Here we go. 4th and goal from inside the 5. Metcalf one-on-one to the top. It's a handoff, and Kenneth Gainwell will fight for the goal line and get stopped short.
I think you're in good shape.
Just outside of 4 minutes, 1 timeout. Trying to get some breathing room. Mason will do just that. 5 yards to the 6. This is where you would love one of those big play superstar receivers to break one off. And Jefferson and Addison. Jefferson had a huge first half. Only 1 catch in the second half. And in Addison's first game of the season, 3 catches total. Addison to the near side. Jefferson to the top. 3:40 left. Steelers bringing pressure. Wentz finds Jefferson. First down to the 17.
If you get into 2nd or 3rd and long, a field goal doesn't kill you.
1st and 10. It's blown coverage, and it's Addison. He's down the sideline. He will take it inside the 5. Peyton Wilson saves a touchdown.
Brandon Eccles, he just went out the previous play to injury. Now all of a sudden there's just a blown cut. Wilson to at least make him run another play.
At least
run another 2 plays.
Wow, what a huge play by Peyton Wilson, one of the fastest linebackers in the NFL. 2nd and goal, 2:20. Wentz in zone, broken up and incomplete. James Pierre getting his chance with the injuries. 3rd down and issue all day for the Vikings. Broken up again. Juan Thornhill this time. 4th down and goal. Wentz rolls. Wentz will dump it off for Jalen Naylor, and the Vikings do find the end zone. It's a touchdown, and it's a 1-score game with 2 minutes left.
Look, he starts over here, and he's going to just find his way back to the front side of this play action and just come right out the front side, right in front of Carson Wentz.
This 4th quarter for the Vikings, from down 24-6 to within 3 with 2:08 left. There we go. Try it again. Dove on by Roman Wilson. 49-yard line. Gainwell. 4 yards. First down pretty much seals the deal for Pittsburgh. They have run the ball better today than any other game this year, and this has been the guy. Kenneth Gainwell breaks a pair of tackles, stays in bounds, stopped by pace. He's close to a first down. What a run. Gainwell. Not going to get it. Dallas Turner stops him. 4th down and about a foot.
Well, this feels like no snap, no play.
Well, the play clock is run out.
It's taking a delay game. That is,
to you, this is a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Dan Campbell keep his offense on the field, and it worked.
Waitman just pounds this one through the back of the end zone to get to within Will Reichard's range. First play of the drive. Wentz given time to the sideline. It is a juggle. Did he keep his feet in? James Pierre's got the pick. All right, so after all that, it's just an incomplete pass. 58 seconds. 2nd and 10. Extra man comes. It's picked up, so he's got time. Flag down, and it's an incomplete pass. This is going to go on Pittsburgh. Intended receiver Xavier Scott.
They're going to get defensive holding. Scott was grabbed off the line.
Holding. Defense, number 6. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
By Patrick from 62. We need to get to the 44 for that. Here's pressure. Wentz able to stay on his feet with another flag, and now he's sacked by Herbig. That might have been a free play. I think Pittsburgh was lined up offside.
Offside. Defense number 90 was in the neutral zone with the snap.
That is back-to-back penalties on the Steelers. Just to give you an idea, not that far. Wentz again given time. Here's Xavier Scott with a first down and out of bounds, 43 seconds.
TJ Watt now lined up on the right tackle, not the left like usual.
Wentz is pressured. Wentz throws it away. Everything is on him.
10-second runoff. Please.
Second and 26. They got to get all the way out to the 49-yard line just to get a first down here. They'll go underneath. Hawkinson toppled at the 36. Under 20 seconds. No timeouts. Spike it, and they'll have one play to get a first down. It was as if they weren't thinking at all about the play clock. The flag is already down.
Play game. Offense.
It's as if they're totally forgotten about it.
Underneath, short, inside the numbers.
Wentz stepping up over the middle. It's broken up. Deshaun Elliott knocks it away and seals the deal for the Steelers.
They forced the intentional grounding, and that pretty much all but did it.
Well, the defense had 5 takeaways last week to get them the win in New England. They have 7 sacks today to lead the way in this one. Pittsburgh improves to 3-1, while the Vikings suffer their first loss in Europe in their franchise's history.